Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
How are you doing?
Fine, thanks. And you?
Well, not too bad. So interesting. Where is the number of? We have over 80 registrations, but as very common with the internet events, people tend to choose exactly what is interesting for them and then showing up only then. But yeah, people are coming. And what is another particularity of events? They show up exactly on time. So 10 p.m. and then, or a.m. and then they're all there. So it's this kind of very suddenly. When you have students at the room, then they usually some of them show up a quarter hour before, and some 5 minutes later. But with events, it's always very exact nowadays. It's particularity of that.
It's very much so, and some people may decide to skip the welcoming and stick to business. Yeah, I would do that.
You know. So 1 minute to go.
You said that there is more than 80 something.
Yeah, we had 80. Elisa definitely knows exactly how many, but but in the last registration we got also the listeners, an extra registration for them, and then we had something like 82 or 3.
Yeah, that's good
but
number.
Also we have this ESPON, and they usually also growing in numbers in last days, so that 2 days ago there were some 60 participants. Or registrations, which doesn't mean that they are participating. That's another thing, yeah. All right.
And Gary, I guess that some people have not registered, but still will join some of the sessions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right.
No, yeah, that's very typical in online conferences, that people are very picky. They are choosing the sessions, choosing the lectures, and that's possible.
And these kind of openings, they are not very much of interest. So currently we have here about 10 people only. So they will show up when something is going on there. But well, probably they will join us. It was I would say something in the beginning, and I see Donatas. Hello. So you were the most
hi
most unhappy person here that we had to skip this a real event.
Yeah, I'm sorry
but
for.
Now the situation is that the Baltic states are the red light of the EU in concerning COVID. And this is really a mysterious thing because I don't know, in the some Nordic countries, Norway and it's here. Norway and Denmark, they have already over 90% vaccination. And by the way, the same number is in or over 90 is also University of Tartu personnel. We have something like 93% people are vaccinated, but general public is below 70, and I think in all the Baltic states is also the lower than 70%. Of course, in Russia it's even more lower, some 30 or 35. And all Eastern Europe is actually suffering from that because by some reason Portugal has over 90, Ireland is pretty good, but the peripheries doing well in Western Europe, but Eastern Europe by some reason doesn't. And the same applies to Estonian peripheries. So we have a third wave is now mainly started in the peripheries. In the first phase was very much in capital city. This typical Hägerstrand innovation diffusion. So that first in the big cities, then it's spreading. And now in the third wave started from peripheries in South Estonia. And I think this is quite interesting. People who deny vaccination, it ranges from farmers to master degree owning professionals, young professionals, also who find some excuse why not to do that. And of course, you can blame social media or Putin, but I think one thing is that this is rather challenging leadership and communication research question for regional scientists as well. So that how this happened, that in some regions, in some particular countries, this is in one way, and in some other countries it's different way. Portugal, they employed a former admiral in charge of this vaccination, and this guy somehow succeeded to convince people in doing that. In Tartu, we have more than 10 different medicine and microbiology professors day by day in the media convincing people that vaccination is the only thing what helps. Go. No, doesn't help. And this is something like we should actually maybe consider in the future.
But Kari, you know, there are also cultural factors in play, and you know Finland quite well, and we had the recommendation of 2 meters social distancing. And now we are looking forward, or we have got rid of that now, and now we can get back to normal 5 meters, which is great.
Yeah, it helped. I think it helped during the first wave. For Estonian people as well, we have this not social distancing but physical distancing.
Yeah, exactly.
Keep, and this is the nightmare when Estonian on Finn appears in the bus and all double seats, 1 seat is taken. So this is the biggest issue for them how to go there.
And then you have a Swede who is squeezing between you.
Yeah. And second point I would like to make in this start, this is that we have actually 2 conferences in one. So this is ESPON, which is working with territorial data and tries to share all good practices of territorial evidences and good policy examples. And so we are in Tartu Geography Department. We are also contact point on the country. And we got idea already from the very beginning that we are merging together 2 of those conferences. And they should be matched very well because target groups are policymakers and also researchers and students. So this is very well written in the ESPON main documents. But now when you start to tear down the silos and when you try to consolidate the civil servants and researchers, this has been really hard to do because people are used to that, certain sitting in certain silos. And even some persons a few days ago still were thinking that we have them separated, those conferences. So this is unbelievably hard to make change or to bring some new ideas here. But of course we did it. So let's see how it works, and maybe it will shift something in the future. Well, and of course the joint opening was mission impossible, so that they opening separately and we opening separately, and then in 10 minutes, 15 minutes we're going to have this joint keynote with Hogni will have. So I would wish you who are numbers are actually growing. I see that now there are already 20 people looking. So I wish you very interesting e-conferencing. I hate this format, like many of you do, but as it is. And let's look to have opportunities for future physical conferences, and try to enjoy you between all the presentations. I was also having some telephone calling and picking up children after 5 o'clock probably. And this is also an issue. So that then let's meet. Of course, now the Marco has something clever to say us, but 10 and 20 we quit this link and choose another one which is common with ESPON. So Hogni will have his keynote there. But Marco, be nice.
Thank you, Kari. I don't know if I have anything clever to say, and I don't go for any very formal welcome or opening. As we always like to have I would say, family NoRSA feeling. First of all, my name is Markku Sotarauta. Not everybody knows me. I am a professor of regional development studies at Tampere University in Finland. And been a member or affiliate, I don't know how to say it, attached to NoRSA since its establishment 2008. And this is the 9th NoRSA conference. First time in Estonia, in a way. It would have been nice to visit Pärnu. I have never been to Pärnu. I have heard it's a very beautiful place. There are a lot of Finns visiting it every summer, enjoying the beaches. And this has been a kind of semi-official strategy of NoRSA to organize conferences in places where you usually don't see academic conferences, like Bornholm, Denmark, Seinäjoki, Finland, and that are smaller places that have academic traditions, but that are not sites for major conferences, and this is what we have been doing. It is great that Kari and the team has been able to organize this and react to changing situation. The plan was to have this in Pärnu, but I think it was in August the decision was made that it's better to organize it in online for safety reasons, and that was a wise decision. I think we know it now. And as I agree completely with Kari that it would have been nice to meet you all in Pärnu and have the conversations there, formal and informal. NoRSA is a Nordic section of Regional Studies Association covering Iceland, Denmark, Norway, Sweden, Finland, Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia. And the biannual conference is the thing we do. That's the main thing. In addition, we have organized some smaller workshops and then also special sessions last time in Regional Studies Association's E-Festival last June. Those were quite well attended. I'd say that RSA is a nice platform for us all to co-evolve with the association, and Regional Studies Association is quite big and powerful association in our field, and I have always found the collaboration with it very fruitful. The main thing I have done was the international conference we organized in Tampere 2013, and have to say that RSA team was highly professional and highly skilled in organizing conferences. It made it very easy for us locally, because the big conferences are organized in collaboration with RSA team, and conferences like this are organized by local teams, like Kari and the University of Tartu team knows so well. Kari said a few words about COVID-19, and it's crazy, isn't it? The times we are living in at the moment. Yeah, COVID-19, climate change, spatial polarizations in many countries, related political pressures, continuous pressure to innovate, increasing tensions between China and US, China and Taiwan. And I have to say that this is such a great time. This is the best possible time to be a scholar. Perhaps for us as human beings, it's not so nice, but think about it. There is no lack of research topics, and I always have a feeling that in regional studies, economic geography, human geography, whatever we want to label ourselves, is having a great time, because we are truly needed at the moment. Whatever we do, wherever we do, and whatever we are focusing on, and that's great. But finally, thank you, as I said already, thank you very much, Tartu team, for an excellent work putting up a very nice program for us, and I hope all of us will enjoy the program, and soon we will have a joint keynote with ESPON, and that was a good idea to merge two conferences, and in short, enjoy the forthcoming discussions. And back to you, Kari. Now you sound very clever because you are unmuted. You are not muted. You are muted. You muted yourself.
Yeah.
But you were very clever. I know.
But yeah, we will have 8 minutes. We have a joint keynote, so we have to quit this link and take another one from the program, which is ESPON link. So that then maybe we can sneak in already now to the ESPON meeting and see what they're talking there. If anyone else is willing to say something. No one? So then maybe we see in 5-6 minutes in Espon joint keynote
with more people.